Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here today. This is my Looney Tunes collection for 2025. I've been getting a lot of comments asking me to do an updated Looney Tunes collection video, so here we are. My last collection video wasn't a yearly thing, was August of 2023, which kind of seems like a long time ago now. It's about 20 months ago. But in that time, I've added plenty of new titles to the collection, and there's still plenty more that I could get, even a couple titles coming out in the next 2 months. But I'll talk about the titles I don't have and what I'm going to get later on in this video. So these are the new titles for the 2025 collection. Up at the top, we have the movie collection and Quackbusters, 3 of the Looney Tunes DVD movies right there. We have Lunar Tunes, an okay one to have, and Reality Check, the second Webtoons DVD. 2 Bugs Bunny specials and Collector's Choice Volume 2 on Blu-ray. And then more Looney Tunes adjacent, we have Tex Avery Screwball Classics Volume 2 and Volume 3. And then Space Jam and Space Jam A New Legacy on 4K. Those are the new titles. So this is my collection. 2 stacks of DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So of course, it only makes sense to start with the Golden Collection, the largest part of my collection here. 6 volumes, there's going to be 24 discs in here, over 300 cartoons. There's the 6-volume cases. There's Bugs on that side. Here's the top of the box. I always like that. And some information on the bottom. There's a little beat up down there. But I actually was watching an interview pretty recently. They said the Golden Collection was originally going to be 10 volumes. That would have been nice, but still 6 volumes is very nice as well. I do wonder, how many volumes will the new Collector's Vault get on Blu-ray? I'd love 10 for that, but even 3 would be nice. I don't know, I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully we can get plenty of volumes for that. So here's the inside of the box, and these 6 volumes all laid out. I'll put these 3 off to the side. So this is Volume 1. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. But a 4-disc collection. Here's a look at the back of this one. What I love about the Golden Collection, there's so many special features in here. Even if all of these get remastered on Blu-ray eventually, there's bonus features in here that are still nice to have. Just a nice DVD set here. And you open this one up. Here's the inside. Disc 2, 3, and 4. I do have a much more in-depth video on this, by the way. Volume 2 is another nice one. More plain artwork, but I always enjoyed the shorts on this one. And here's the 4 discs. So Volume 2. And then there's 3 and 4. We got Volume 3 here. Fun artwork as well. Here's a look at this back artwork. I mean, just look at all those special features. Decent runtime as well. And I think this case is kind of breaking a little bit. I'm just now noticing. But not too bad. But there's disc 1 and 2. And 3 and 4. Then we have Volume 4. These are all 4-disc sets. Interesting kind of design on this back artwork. You open this one up. 1 and 2. It's a funny Porky image there. And then 3 and 4. The penultimate one, Volume 5. Nice set as well. I enjoy watching this one. We can open this up. Some kind of gray discs with this artwork. 1 and 2. Nice inside artwork as well. And 3 and 4. So all very different looking sets. This is kind of the wartime one. I always enjoyed this set as well. Here's a look at that spine. And then disc 1 and 2. And then finally, disc 3 and 4. There's Bosco. Very nice releases. Again, I do have a proper video where I go in depth with this set. I'm not going to go through every single disc here and all the artwork. We'd be here forever, but just a quick look at this Golden Collection set. Now we move on to the Looney Tunes Superstars DVDs, basically the successor to the Golden Collection. Not a huge fan of this series, more so aimed at a general audience with cheaper releases. These two only have individual sets. The Tweety and Sylvester DVD is nothing new, all previously featured on the Golden Collection. So this first volume has Bugs Bunny, Foghorn Leghorn, and then Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Speaking of that, Coyote vs. Acme is saved. It's amazing news. So 45 shorts here. Slipbox is the same artwork as the main artwork right there. So here's a look at the case. We got Hair Extraordinaire, Barnyard Big Mouth, and Super Genius Hijinks. There's the running time right down there. Open this one up. The Bugs Bunny disc, pretty plain. And then there's the Roadrunner disc and Foghorn Leghorn. You got the WB Tower right there, but not on this disc. Don't know why, but honestly, I don't watch this disc very often. So that's volume 1. Here's volume 2 with Daffy Duck. Also has Tweety and Sylvester and then Porky. No slip box for this one. We got Frustrated Fowl, Feline Frenzy, and then Hilarious Ham. And then down there, we got the running time. Nicer case here. I think I replaced maybe both of these cases. I can't remember, but the Daffy Duck one has the original artwork. So kind of an outlier. Here's the Tweety and Sylvester disc. And Porky Pig and Friends. And then we have Pepe Le Pew, The Best of the Best, and then Sylvester and Hippity Hopper, Marsupial Mayhem. So here's the Pepe one with 17 shorts. Here's a look at this back artwork. 175 minutes. And there's the Pepe disc. And then finally, Sylvester and Hippity Hopper. Here's the back artwork here. 120 minutes. At Marsupial Mayhem. Would have been nice if we could have had some other third individual release. Maybe Marvin the Martian, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, something like that. Then we could have had a volume 3. That would have been cool. So I'll cover these ones next. These are both Bugs Bunny television specials from the late 1970s. This first one is Easter Funny, so you got Tweety on the cover. But these are pretty simple and cheap DVDs. It's a 50-minute special. You have a bonus cartoon in there. But overall, a standard release. I believe when these first came out, did have disc arts. That's pretty plain. That's the Easter special. Then we have the Valentine's special. Bugs Bunny's Cupid Capers with this green artwork. I do want to mention, though, one of the bonus cartoons in here, Holiday Highlights. At least for right now, this is the only way to watch that short on this DVD. A 24-minute special. And again, pretty plain on the inside there. But some fun TV specials. It's nice to have these as well. Let's cover this one next on its own. The Essential Bugs Bunny. 20 classics on 2 discs with the Anniversary Collection. It was reissued with this new slipcover. Apparently plenty of Looney Tunes releases, previous ones, were reissued with this slip. One of them was the Essential Daffy Duck, but I never came across that one. Still don't have it. I think it's kind of harder to come by. But a nice release here. I like the slipcover on this one too. It's slightly different than the main artwork underneath, as you can see right there. So here's a look at that spine again and the back. With a very old Bugs Bunny right there. In 155 minutes. Open this up. The Bugs Bunny Essentials are on disc 1. Basically the classics when it comes to Bugs Bunny right there. Here's the first disc, and slightly different colors on disc 2. But this second disc is the Bugs Bunny Vault. As you can see right there, that symbol is new to DVD. Now, some of these may have been put on other releases now. It is an older release, but still, pretty cool. So this is a good pickup, I would say. And I would like to get the Essential Daffy Duck. I've been searching for that in thrift stores for many years. Just never found it. Okay, now this is more random stuff, I would say. We have the Holiday Triple Feature. Now you can get the Halloween and Bah Hum Duck individually on DVD on their own. The Looney Tunes Thanksgiving is only available in this DVD set. So I don't have this one individually. Bah Hum Duck is kind of like a 2000s special. It's okay for what it is, so definitely an okay release here. Nothing too special, but it's fun to have. And again, pretty plain on the inside there. Very standard disc. So not much to really talk about with that one. Here's Lunar Tunes, a long title. It's Bugs Bunny's Lunar Tunes double feature, and then Marvin the Martian Space Tunes. Here's a look at the back of this one. See the runtimes down there. Here's the inside. Again, very plain. So that covers those two. And I just did a video on these. Stranger Than Fiction and Reality Check. These are the Webtoons DVDs. It's 19 cartoons on this one. You can see 67 minutes. These used to be in the old WB Snapper cases. These are the newer reissues. There's that disc right there. And then Reality Check. 21 crazed cartoons on this one. Similar back artwork style. And 56 minutes. And there's the disc. I did replace the case. So yeah, kind of more odds and ends. Not really the Essential Bugs Bunny. That one's a good one, but these are more odds and ends. I don't think you really need these for a Looney Tunes collection, but you know, it's nice to have the Webtoons individually on DVD. And like I was saying, it's nice to have the Halloween and the Thanksgiving special, especially since that's the only way to get this one with that set. The Lunar Tunes special is only on this DVD. The Marvin the Martian Space Tunes, that's just a random assortment of Marvin the Martian shorts. You can really get those anywhere. Now we move on to the movie section for this video. Not just DVDs this time around, but 4Ks as well. Of course, 4Ks for both the Space Jam movies. I also have the first Space Jam on DVD. I'll get to that in a second as to why I have that one. I have Rabbit's Run, a 2010s DVD. That was just direct-to-video. It's basically kind of in the style of the Looney Tunes show. Got that for $1 back in the day. It's worth a watch, I would say. And the best ones up here at the top, we have the compilation movies. These are just from the 70s and 80s, focused on Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, and Daffy Duck. I still need to get Fantastic Island. So the movie collection. I was on the hunt for this one for a long time. Happy to have it in the collection. Even if these get reissued on Blu-ray, I'm still going to keep this set, I think. This one has the first and the third Bugs Bunny movies in here. So 2 feature-length movies. Nice cover art here. I'm happy to have this set now. Here's a look at the back. Even some special features on this one. So that's the slip box right there. Old school packaging. Here's a look at this. Got those film reels right there. You can open this one up like that. Here's the back of this. But let's look at the disc 1 right there. And then disc 2. So the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie. And then Bugs Bunny's third movie, 1001 Rabbit Tales. His second movie is the Looney Bugs Bunny movie, which is individual right here. Here's the 2 discs. Overall, though, I got this for about $6. It's a fun release. Definitely happy to have this one now. The second one, individually right here. Here's a look at the back of this one. So definitely recommend getting the movies. I think these are pretty fun. And there's that disc art. This pretty recently got a Blu-ray release from Warner Archive in January. I was pretty surprised. I had just recently picked up the DVD copy, so I'm not in a rush to get the Blu-ray, but I will get it someday. And the Blu-ray is pretty similar to the DVD, same artwork and everything. Same bonus cartoons, just in HD. You can see that 79-minute runtime. And there's the disc art. So it's a nice DVD. And then we have Rabbit's Run, again, the direct-to-DVD movie here. But a fun one. It's not amazing or anything, but it's a fun movie. It's a good watch, I'd say. And you can see the disc art right there. Let's go on to the Space Jam section. So this is the 2-disc special edition DVD. There are other DVD versions of Space Jam, but this set in particular has a bonus disc you can't get anywhere else. I recommend this one as well. Has that classic packaging, similar to the movie collection, but it's very nostalgic as well, I'd say. You can see that disc 1 is just the movie, but you can see the special features on disc 2. You can see Hour of New to DVD Classic Looney Tunes. Pretty fun. You can see some more information down there. And the slip box comes off like that. Here's the inside. Disc 1 is listed right there. Plenty of scenes to select right there. Here's the bonus features. They can open up like that. So there's disc 2 and disc 1. Flip it around. So yeah, it's a nice DVD package. I got this used. So I mainly got this one for the bonus disc. I'm going to watch the movie. I do have the 4K. So we'll go through these pretty quick. The Space Jam movie, the first one here, 87 minutes. And the discs are colorful but pretty plain. The Blu-ray and 4K. And a couple months ago, I picked up A New Legacy, also on 4K. I did enjoy this movie, believe it or not. Most people hated it, but I kind of had fun with it. Longer movie than the first one, 115 minutes. No digital copy, but there are the 2 discs. So now we move on to the Blu-rays. These are fun. It's going to have the Looney Tunes shorts in HD with these nice remasters. First one here, I have the Platinum Collection Volume 3. I point that out because I just recently tried to pick up the complete Platinum Collection on DVD, but I only have the slipcover. The DVD that I had disc 3 twice. I was missing disc 4. Obviously, I'm not going to keep that, so I had to return it. But I will get that at a later date, and I do want to get Volume 1 and Volume 2 sometime down the road, but who knows when that's going to happen. So here is Platinum Collection, Volume 3 with this blue artwork. Slipcover as well. I still see this on sale for 10, 15 bucks. Not a bad price at all. Take that slipcover off. Here's a look at the back. Exclusively on Blu-ray. So it's a nice set here. Even though it does kind of seem like an outlier without Volume 1 or Volume 2, I do recommend this one. There's the second disc. And then there's the first disc. Let's go through this booklet pretty quickly here. But it lists all the shorts, information about the shorts, bonus content. So pretty cool. It's definitely a nice set. And it's great to have these in HD. Good to have the bonus features on Blu-ray as well. Mouse Chronicles is an interesting set as well. The Chuck Jones collection with 19 remastered shorts. A 2-disc set here. There is a DVD version of this as well. But you see that down there. Exclusive on Blu-ray. 145 minutes. You open this one up. Nice disc art on both of these discs. You got Sniffles on disc 1. and then Hubie and Bert on disc 2. It's a fun one. I do like these Mouse Chronicles, these shorts from back in the day. It's fun to have it all in one set. And then, of course, we have a more recent set, the Collector's Choice. Those came out after this one. But the Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary Collection. We'll go over this Blu-ray set here first, then look at the box. But all in its own Blu-ray case. This is a great one to have. I still see this for about 25 bucks on sale. I think that's a steal of a price, honestly. So, disc 1 has Bugs and Taz right there. And then here's disc 2 with Daffy Duck. Disc 3 with Elmer Fudd. We have the digital copy right there. But here's the small booklet included. Lists all the contents. Definitely nice to have that. It's a nicer set than some of the Blu-rays. They definitely put time and care into this one. But briefly, this is the big box it came with. Has a Funko Pop in there. Definitely a nice box here. I have actually never taken the Funko Pop out of the box. Stays right where it is. Here's a look at the top with all those carrots. You can see the pop inside there. It also has a note from the animation historian Jerry Beck. Haven't taken this out in a while. But here is the note. Pretty nice. Now we move on to Collector's Choice. I have Volume 1 and Volume 2. There's also 3 and 4, and then a big box set with 4 discs with Volumes 1 through 4 altogether. I don't have 3 or 4 yet because I'm not sure what to do next. Should I get them individually or all in one go and get rid of these two? 3 and 4 have also not gone on sale like these two have, and I've been focusing more on getting the DVDs from the past before kind of getting the new stuff. That being said, when Collector's Vault comes out, hopefully in June, I will be getting that day one. So these are nice releases. I think I do like them individually more. Here's the first volume. This is from the Archive Collection. There's the 20 shorts right there, 142 minutes. And it's a nice case on the inside, but a pretty plain disc. So that covers that one. Here's the second volume. Didn't have this with my first collection video, so nice red color on this one. I've seen all the shorts here. They're fun, but there's 25 in this set, and then a red disc with that one. But that covers the Blu-rays. At the end of the day, it's great to have Looney Tunes cartoons from the 40s, 50s, 60s in HD. Now we get into more of the odds and ends with my Looney Tunes collection. We have Duck Dodgers on Blu-ray, of course, being a TV show from the early 2000s. The Tex Avery Blu-rays. Really only Volume 3 has a actual Looney Tunes short on it. And then like a 2010s Looney Tunes show, Wabbit. That was a DVD I found at Dollar Tree. I really don't watch that one at all, but I do still have it. Let's briefly look at this one. Hair-Raising Tales for Wabbit. There's 2 discs in this one, and there never was a Season 1 Part 2. So it's the only DVD for this show. And here's Disc 1. And there's Disc 2. I did pop that DVD in when I first got it, but that was the only time. And then we have these Tex Avery sets, again from Warner Archive. Here's Screwball Classics, Volume 1. I've had this one for a few years now. And that's the disc for that one. And then these two I didn't have in the last collection video. But here's Volume 2. And there's that disc in there. This is pretty new. I do have an unboxing video for this. It'll come out at a later date, I guess. But this is Volume 3. Here's a look at the back of this one. And inside, there's the disc. And then we have the complete series of Duck Dodgers. 3 discs, 39 episodes, all 3 seasons. Definitely a very nice set here. So I had to pick this one up, of course. It does have the original Duck Dodgers short here. But I see this for about 25 bucks. I think that's a great price for a complete Blu-ray set. So I really like this one. I'll take this disc. There's the episodes underneath there. So some nice colors on the discs here. I really like this Blu-ray. Now, pretty briefly, I do want to cover the Saturday morning cartoons DVDs. I have 1960s and 1970s, both volumes for these. But you'll notice, especially here on 1960s, there's Porky Pig and Daffy Duck. Back in the 50s and 60s, they had the Bugs Bunny show, the Porky Pig show, the Roadrunner show. Those are featured on these DVDs with some episodes. And shorts are featured within those episodes. And 2 of those shorts are not featured on any other DVD. There's a Foghorn Leghorn short called Feather Dusted, and a Tweety and Sylvester one called The Jet Cage. So technically, that's not the full short, doesn't have the title card or the end sequence, but they are featured on these DVDs. Wouldn't be surprised if they will be on a Blu-ray release sometime down the road. Collector's Vault, Volume 1, for instance. The shorts list has not been announced when I'm making this video. Would those be featured on the new-to-disc or new-to-Blu-ray? I don't know. And finally, the Warner Bros. Home Entertainment Academy Award nominated animation and 15 winners sets. I just covered these in the Tom and Jerry collection video. I'm going to go through these pretty quick. You'll see Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig, but there's also Popeye, Tom and Jerry. There's Max Fleischer's Superman up there, so it is some Looney Tunes, but not all. So here's the first one here. This is Cinema Favorites. Got this at Dollar Tree back in the day. There's that disc. This one I found at a Walmart. Golden Gems for about $5. And here's that disc. And finally, 15 winners. This is a nicer one here. Does include special features. And there's the disc. Pretty quick. And here it is. The complete Looney Tunes collection for 2025. It has definitely grown since August of 2023. Starting here at the top, we have the 2 slip covers and then Golden Collection, 1 through 6. We have the 2 Bugs Bunny specials, Superstars, and there's Wabbit. We have the Holiday Triple Feature and Lunar Tunes, the Webtoons, Quackbusters Rabbit's Run, and the Bugs Bunny movie. The movie collection is the Essential Bugs Bunny. Space Jam right there, Duck Dodgers and Tex Avery. And then the Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary set, Mouse Chronicles, Platinum, Volume 3, Collector's Choice 1 and 2, and the Warner Bros. Academy Awards. And of course, Saturday morning. I will say, I was debating holding this video off until like June or July because there's Collector's Vault and The Day the Earth Blew Up coming out on Blu-ray pretty soon here. But I can just hold those off until next year's collection video. I'll probably do another one in 2026. That's the plan, at least for now. But maybe for the next collection video, I will have Collector's Vault Volumes 1, 2, and 3. Here's hoping. Just off the top of my head, there's Porky Pig 101. There's the Essential Daffy Duck, Platinum on DVD and Blu-ray. There's Fantastic Island, King Tweety, stuff like that. Plenty of other titles I could still get. But in my opinion, this collection has shaped up nicely over the years. Also, I do want to talk about this. In another video I was watching, they said they are remastering the Bugs Bunny show from the 1960s. That sounds pretty cool. In my opinion, that would include the original bridging animation sequences in color and in HD. They said it might take a while, but if you're watching this video 2-3 years after I put it out, has the show been remastered? Definitely something I'm keeping an eye on. If you made it through this entire video, I want you to comment down below, "Suffering Succotash." That way I'll know you watched the whole thing. I'll give you a heart. Also, I do plan on doing a video sometime down the road where I talk about these releases and talk about the new shorts included on each set. Kind of talking about which ones are the best to get and what'll be more bang for your buck. But that is the end of the Looney Tunes collection video for 2025. DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks all in one video. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for more videos very soon. That's all, folks.